Have you ever found yourself wondering, how do I find a good partner? Well, today we're going to dig into a really fascinating philosophy from Korea that basically flips that entire question on its head. The whole idea is that the key isn't searching for the right person, it's about becoming the right person. Let's get into it.
All right, so let's kick things off with one of the most common questions people ask about love, but with an answer you probably haven't heard before.
I mean, we've all been there, right? We're looking for someone with the right qualities, the right job, a great personality. It feels like we're on this huge quest to find that one perfect person. But what if that whole approach is just wrong? And here it is. This is the core idea that changes everything. See, it's not about finding a good person or a bad person. The source we're looking at says that nature just brings people together. And the quality of that relationship, whether it works or totally crashes and burns, that depends entirely on how prepared you are. Okay, so what does it even mean to be prepared? Well, that brings us right to the heart of this philosophy, what's called the law of inner quality. This is the absolute crucial point. You know that old saying, opposites attract? Well, according to this, you can just throw that out the window. This philosophy says that on a really deep, fundamental level, you will always inevitably meet and connect with someone who perfectly mirrors your own internal development. It's like a law of physics for relationships. And that brings us to this key term, inner quality, or Jilyung in Korean. Now, let's be super clear. This has nothing to do with how much money you have or what you look like. It's all about the substance of your inner world, your knowledge, your wisdom, your character. It's who you are on the inside. And this idea connects directly to preparedness, or gachum. This is the active process of actually building that inner quality. So the goal isn't to go out searching for the one. The goal is to work on yourself until you are fully prepared. And then the right person just appears. Naturally. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a little abstract, right? So how do you actually see this inner quality in yourself or in somebody else? Let's get practical. Right. If it's not about their career or how they look, what are you supposed to be looking for? How can you tell if someone has actually done that internal work? Believe it or not, it's that simple. According to this philosophy, a person's entire inner world, their entire inner quality, is revealed in one place, the way they have a conversation. And this comparison just says it all. A person with low inner quality makes every single conversation about them. They're constantly seeking praise, they talk over you, they pretty much ignore what you have to say. But someone with high inner quality, they listen, they genuinely try to understand you, they show real consideration because they aren't looking for validation, they're looking for a real connection. This quote just sums it up perfectly. I mean, think about it. If someone can't truly listen to you, can they really care for you? It suggests that this simple act of listening is basically the ultimate test of someone's character. Now, this is where things take a turn I bet you didn't expect. This philosophy suddenly gets a lot bigger. This isn't just self-help for dating anymore. It's about our role in the entire world. So this whole idea of developing your inner quality, it's not some selfish act. It's actually presented as a fundamental responsibility, especially for anyone who's had the privilege of getting an education. Yeah, this philosophy completely redefines what it means to be an intellectual, or jishiken. It's not about being some snobby elite in an ivory tower. In modern Korea, this term refers to anyone who has gone to college, and that title comes with a very specific duty. So what is that duty? Well, it's to care for the collective. It starts with loving your country. But what does that really mean? It means loving its people. And loving the people means you have to actively work to make society better for everyone. So all that personal development is meant to serve a much greater good. And here's the crucial catch. According to this philosophy, your formal education, your time in college, that only gives you about 30% of the preparedness you actually need. Where does the other 70% come from? It has to come from real-world social education, from actually learning how to live and work with other people. And this brings us to the final and honestly, the most epic part of this whole philosophy. It frames this entire journey of personal and social development inside this grand, historical mission. The speaker breaks down modern Korean history into 3 distinct generations of intellectuals. You've got the baby boomers, then Gen X, and now the digital generation. Each one has a different level of this preparedness we've been talking about and a unique role to play. I mean, just look at this chart. It's such a powerful way to see this idea. For the baby boomers who sacrificed so much for the nation's growth, about 30% were considered intellectuals. Then for Gen X, that number shot up to 70%. And now for the current digital generation, it's seen as nearly 100%. Almost everyone has the opportunity to get a higher education. So, why does all this matter? What's the end game? The ultimate purpose is to cultivate what's known as Hongik Ingan, which is this foundational Korean ideal that means to broadly benefit all humankind. The idea is that this new, fully educated generation has a mission not just to lead their own country, but to become humanitarian leaders for the entire world. So, after all that, from dating advice all the way to a grand national mission, what's the one big thing to take away from all this? Well, it all circles back to a really simple but powerful shift in how you see things. And that's it, right there. Stop searching and start building. Develop your inner quality, your character, your preparedness, because when you finally become the person you've been looking for, the right connections will just naturally find their way to you. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. If every single connection in your life is a direct reflection of your own inner quality, take a look around. What does that mirror show you right now? It's a pretty challenging question, and definitely one worth thinking about.